Megan Daniels, and I will be doing my oral presentation as a part of my career project presentation. So some things I will go over with you today would be descriptions of my positions that I researched. I researched the school psychologist and also a LMFT, which is a licensed marriage and family therapist. So let's get started. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of backstory on why I decided to choose these two professions. So I decided that my career that I would like to obtain would be one that I would be involved in with my patients' families, whether it be their relationships, them individually, or them as a familiar unit. Another thing I really wanted was to assess people in order to provide them with correct diagnoses or just be able to help them in any way I could possible. Well, some misconceptions about both of these professions. School psychologists are sometimes referred to as a school counselor when in fact they don't do the same thing. School psychologists do some of the work that a school counselor does, but they expand on it to find what's really causing problems within the child's academic life, home life, things like that. And with the LMFTs, they're usually thought of as just fast paced, not really getting to the root of the problem, not having as much say so as stuff with serious mental illnesses. I would say I was more surprised about the pay. I was also surprised about how much focus was put into the marriage counseling, how people preferred pre-marriage counseling. During my interview from a school psychologist, she depicted it as major works of caseload. Sometimes the parents may get upset because nobody wants to believe that their child may have a problem, whether it be academically, emotionally. So with becoming a school psychologist, it does take licensure in your state. It also takes a bachelor's degree. They study the practice of science and psychology within children and youth. So I thought that was another reason that I might be able to interact more with kids doing development and things like that. They thrive off of trying to diagnose kids socially, academically, or emotionally, which I thought was a very important thing when kids are developing. It's good to have that interaction, because some kids feel like they're diagnosed with certain things such as ADHD when it may not be the case. It may just be a kid being a kid. Day-to-day observation of this career include optimal caseloads. That was one of the biggest problems I had heard from my interview. My interviewee said that caseloads can get hectic, along with the amount of travel that a school psychologist goes through. They don't just stop at one school. They'll go to one elementary school, one middle school, one high school, or what have you, and they'll keep going and going and going and doing that and creating these assessments and tests. So the school psychologists, however, they don't do a certain diagnoses. They just, not a formal one at least, they just look for symptoms to tell us another individual, a psychiatrist, psychologist, or the family, what could be happening during these aptitude tests for their child. I know there's a big jump with a school psychologist to a licensed marriage family therapist, but I chose both of these because I really thought that they piqued my interest the most. I felt like it did go with my personality type. But LMFTs are typically dealing with rather brief solution focused based therapy, so it's straight to the point. What's the end goal? Let's assess the problem that we have at hand. So they're skilled to evaluate individuals through the family system and through relationships, and relationships may not always mean boyfriend and girlfriend or man and wife. It could mean family relationships. It could mean, anything that connects a person to a group or to another individual. So nearly 65.6 of the cases are completed within 20 sessions. That just lets you know how fast paced these things go. Alright guys, it looks like I covered it all and my little 5 minutes are up. So thank you for watching my video. This has been Megan Daniels with The School Project.